Okay, we're back with a decision. It's either they want to make breakfast, but I have a decision. What could possibly go wrong, or absolutely not? If we look at the Trek record, the protagonist has burned his toaster twice. And Sayaka burned something in a frying pan, so... Okay, let's go for it. I don't see the harm in it, I suppose. She seems to mean well, and I would be nice to take it easy after all the stress. Sure, go for it. Sayaka beams making me feel confident in my choice. I think. Sure. With that, she spins on her heels and waltzes into the kitchen, dragging along with her a very reluctant Hikari. I take a seat in the connected dining room and ease myself into a chair. This will be fine, right? Starts off well enough. I hear plates and utensils clattering about with cupboard doors battering along. I pretend I didn't hear that. You poor bastard, these angels are going to kill you. The frantic chopping of vegetables sound out from behind me, mixed with Hikari's panic yells. Would that be a bad thing? Where's the, say my SOS hotline? Oh god. I hear the unsettling whoosh of flames. Just how high are they putting it on at? That's a very good question. Oh god. Oh god. You poor bastard. I'm so sorry. They're gonna kill you, man. Things go silent in the kitchen. I can't tell if that's good or bad. Surely that's bad. Very, very bad. I'm too scared to look. Something. Oh god. What happened? Something explodes in the kitchen. Thick plumes of arsenic smoke wafts into the dining space. Boom! The roar of flames. I can see the flickering of amber in my peripheral vision. Oh god. Oh good god! I hear water splash. A good deal of it. Like an entire bucket's worth of the stuff. I'm kind of scared now. Apparently done with cooking. The pair enter the dining space. Sayaka has a plate in hand, a good amount of steam or maybe smoke drifting from it. She puts the plate before me, a sincere smile on her face. I guess she really gave it her all, but this can't be called food. Oh, it's charred, burned, crisp remains of what might have been some food at some point set on the plate. Feels like I might be hazardous to even breathe in her stuff. I can see Hikari lurking for the back, cleanly ashamed of whatever substance they could have created. Hell, I'd be ashamed too. Guess it's my fault for laying them anywhere near the kitchen. Should take responsibility and... Oh god, I have a very pinnacle choice here. I'm sorry, but I know it's courtesy to all the burned suburbs don't make her cry, but in this case, I don't want to die. Yeah, okay, yeah, no. I haven't to make a stand here, or things are going to get worse. Look, I'm sorry, Sayaka, but I can't eat this. She tilts her head to the side, a small frown beginning to grow on her face. Great, make me feel like a monster, why don't you? Well, how do I put this nicely? You don't! You put it bluntly with the truth. I gave it top successes in our luck, sure that's the beginning to move of its own accord. If I ate that, I don't think I'll be able to attend school today. Or any other day after that, for that matter. Sayaka, what I'm trying to say is, I would be dead. This stuff looks toxic. Her frown deepens. I'm sorry. It had to be done. Oh dear God, that's why the cooks test their food before serving it. Really? Really? How could anyone defend this? I can't even call it food! Okay, why don't you try some first? Yeah, that's what I thought. She pulls a face. I knew it! See, why don't you just... Hikari jumps as her name is called, still lurking a quite distance away from the food that she had helped give life to. I'm sorry, Hikari. I really am. I'm sorry. Sayaka thrusts a finger at the table with enough force that I think the plate rattled. Yikes. Despite the wide grin, though, I can't help but feel there's something sinister behind that. Oh God. She approaches the food slowly, each stab taking longer than the next, as if she was marching to her death. Actually, that might as well be a very possibility here. Oh, you poor thing. Death row. She stretches a trembling hand towards the food, like it might bite her if she's not careful enough. And then a bolt of magic erupts from her palm and hits the food, disintegrating it completely. Along with the plate. A good portion of the table. That wasn't clumsy at all. I'm pretty sure magic doesn't just slip. And wasn't she the one that said they can't waste it on trivial things? Maybe it was an emergency in her eyes. Sayaka pulls another heart-wrenching frown, but it doesn't last long before her usual optimism returns. Oh God. Oh God. No! I bulked upright in my chair, almost taking it up with me in the process. I don't think my house would survive! It being a little louder than intended, I catch her off guard and she jumps. I mean no, because we will be late for school if you start cooking anything else. Phew. Good save, me. Breakfast soon comes to a close, perhaps a more lively start to the morning than I generally used to. As much as a headache as they can be, it was actually sort of nice to not be completely alone in the morning. I wasn't about to tell them that, though, or I would only encourage their almost criminal behavior and just waltzing into my house like that. I head out for school, my two bodyguards naturally at my side. I'm almost sort of getting used to this. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Bad thing. A very, very bad thing. The journey to school goes peacefully, not a monster in sight. Though I can't help but shake the feeling that something is watching me. Maybe I'm just getting a little paranoid after, 2 attempts on my life have been made already. I'm sure that's all in my head. I arrived at school with time to spare. That's a first. Sayaka and Hikari keep close to my side. So very close. I practically feel a stares at my classmates. Their looks ranging from resentful to jealous. Well, yeah, you got 2 cuties next to you. Of course they'd be jealous. I can't imagine what they must think of this whole situation. Hey, look, guys. Do you really have to stay so close to me? I appreciate what you're doing and all, but I think I'll be fine in school. As long as you're at least close by, I should be fine, right? And I think it'd be hard for a monster to get this close to me in class without at least having caused some commotion beforehand. Hikari falls silent. She narrows her eyes into a glare and folds her arms together, tossing her head to the side. Oh, did I upset you? She storms over to her desk and drops into the chair, her eyes straight forward, leaving me and Sayaka together. Did I upset her? Less grumpy? Less grumpy? Oh, you gotta be joking. Uh-huh. And do what? I don't think she realizes how scary that sounded, coupled with her usual grins. God, I hope so. Thank you. I let out a sigh. They're finally starting to listen to reason, if only a little. The bell sounds. No, fine. The start of class. I pass by a disgruntled Hikari on the way to my own desk. She doesn't even look my way. Arsh! Okay, what's next? What's next? What's next? Get away from Faith and Black. The more classes pass by in a blink of an eye, the lunch break soon arriving. I stand up, let out a yawn, only to find I'm not alone. Come on, guys. We talked about this. As if the conversation this morning had never happened, I find both my guardians standing around me, oblivious to my irritation. I'm going to get my own lunch. You guys don't need to be glued to my side. Go do your own things or whatever. I don't know. Something. Anything. I feel like you two have been pretty much attached to me since I first met you yesterday. Some breathing room would be nice. I really am grateful that they're here. Otherwise I might have met a grizzly inn yesterday. But this is borderline stalking. Yep, borderline stalking and creepy! I'm not even going to bring up how they camped outside and then proceeded to break into my house. I'm curious, how did they break into the house? What was their means? Yeah. Huh. Right. She's never been to school? Just where do these two come from? The more I talk to her, the more she makes herself like an alien. Well, to be fair, angels could be classified as aliens. Gee, thanks. And like that, she marches off, humming a happy tune. Hikari follows in her wake, but not before giving me one last icy look. I can almost feel my shoulders begin to frost. Urgh. Okay. Well, I did it! I somehow convinced him to give me some peace. For the time being, anyway. But what now? First and foremost, I should probably try not to forget about lunch again. Otherwise, I might kneel over and have finished the job for whatever dark forces that are lurking out there. Yeah, no food would do that. Well, that's all I'm going to say. I head to the cafeteria. Hell. That was just like my cafeteria in high school. Shit. The cafeteria is, as you would expect during lunchtime, completely packed. As long as the students taking up a little walking space might have existed between the tables, equally as populated. I stand my ground and generally work the way past crashing waves of students that impeded my path. Now, this is not a typical anime cliche. Generally, the main characters of the series eat in the classroom, not in a lunch. Hell, I don't think I've ever seen an anime with an actual mess hall. It's very weird. Of course, getting food would never be so simple. Eventually, I worked my way to the front of the line and approached the counter. And naturally, all the students before me, there was very little in the way of choice. I guess it's either this sandwich or that other sandwich. Neither of them seem amazingly appetizing. Whatever. Anything would do after how much food I missed out on. Cheap, bland sandwich in hand, I give a look over the tables. Like before, they're all pretty packed. Though I do see one fairly empty table at the far end, with a familiar, happy digging away at their lunch. Even from this distance, I can tell it's Sayaka, her vibrant brown hair distantly distinguishable from everybody else's. I don't see Hikari anywhere in sight. They must have decided to do their own things for the break. I guess if I want to sit down here to eat, Sayaka's table is the only choice, but do I really want to eat here? It's so noisy, I can hardly even think. She hasn't noticed me either, completely absorbed in the demolition of her food. I was about to say demolition. Maybe I can slip away to the roof, where no doubt it will be more peaceful. Okay, decision time. This decision will be made next time. Will I go chat with Sayaka, or will I go up to the roof and probably meet Hikari? That's a good choice. Well, find out next time on Sakura Angels.